this video, I'm going to share with you a workout routine you can do to build your vertical jump power, to build your explosive power. It's going to add, a nice amount of muscle to your legs, but really this is designed to turn you into an athletic beast. I don't structure my leg training around building like size like a bodybuilder. For me, it's more about being athletic, being able to sprint fast, jump high. I just think that's really cool. Like when I created Kinobody, I was like creating what I wanted to see in the fitness world. An amazing aesthetics and incredible performance. And my own definition of what amazing aesthetics are, like that Greek god look, and being able to do one-arm chin-ups and muscle-ups and press and pull a ton of weight and be able to sprint and jump, like sprint fast, jump high. So we're gonna get to the workout. It's gonna be really, really simple, but I guarantee if you try doing this once a week, your vertical jump power is gonna go through the roof. So let's get into it. So the first part of the workout is gonna be doing some front squats. We're doing basically sets of 3 reps, starting light and building up to a heavier and heavier weight. And the idea is to come up as fast as possible. By exploding up and exciting the nervous system, you're gonna build more power. If you're grinding out reps like really slow, you might build strength that way, but that strength is not gonna carry over to sprinting and jumping because a sprint and jump takes place really fast. So there's no need to go to failure. Instead, you wanna use a moderate weight and just come up as fast as possible. So I like to start light and ramp the weight up and just stay around 3 reps. So we're gonna do a front squat, which is a great exercise, good on the core. It's gonna put more work on the quads. The vertical jump is a little bit more quad dominant comparative to sprinting. You can do back squats. I just prefer the front squats. So we'll get into it. So the idea is to come up as fast as possible. As you do this workout more and more, you're gonna be able to build more power, which is gonna massively improve your athletic performance, your sprinting and jumping. I see people, if they wanna gain strength and size, they're gonna go really heavy, that's fine, but if you wanna build sleek leg size and a lot of power, you don't wanna go too heavy. You wanna make sure that you're focusing on that explosive power, coming up fast. So you're gonna rest a few minutes, add a little bit of weight, and keep going. Keep doing 3 reps. One thing you might want to do between these sets is really stretch out your hip flexors. If your hip flexors are tight, you won't be as powerful. So an easy way to stretch out your hip flexors is basically to lunge forward and get a nice stretch right in here. A lot of people that do a lot of sitting will be really tight in the hip flexors. Definitely feels good. You're opening up those hips, you're gonna be able to use more power. All right, I'll show you facing forward this time. So 3 reps. So I was probably a little bit faster and more explosive on that set, which is really good. It means my nervous system is turning on. So I was fast on that set, even though I went heavier. We're charging up that nervous system. This is gonna translate incredibly well to jumping. All right, we're going to set number 3. So I did 135 for 3, 155 for 3. Now I'm about to do 175 for 3. So basically, I'm starting really light and adding 20 pounds each set. So it's getting a little bit more challenging now. We're gonna do 2 more sets of this, a little bit heavier each time. All right, this is where it gets a little bit more challenging. We got on about 195, same thing, 3 reps. It's gotta be fast and explosive. So you can feel the heaviness there. Now we're gonna do 1 more. Same thing, 20 pounds heavy. That'll be our last one for today. All right, so that one was a bit more challenging. It's definitely heavier weight, so only want to do 1 at that heavy weight. But here's the cool thing, I did 5 sets. Every single set, even the first 4, were effective. Even though I wasn't training to my max, I was coming up as fast as possible. That's carrying over to power. That's carrying over to vertical jump. So really, really cool stuff. You can build some decent leg size with this style of training. Like, my legs are pretty decently developed. Not overly huge, but I find like this is the perfect amount of size. Okay, so I almost forgot the most important part. How do you progress with that style of training? So in front squats, basically, you're doing 5 sets of 3 reps with heavier weight each time. The next workout, you could start every set 5 pounds heavier. So today I did 135, 155, 175, 195, 215. The next workout I could start at, go 140, 160, 180, 200, 220. And I could probably do that pretty well for about a month. Then I want to progress a little bit slower, so I might use my micro plates and go up by 2.5 pounds total each week. But you can build up the weight on this, but you want to make sure that you don't want to be grinding out the reps. So if you start to grind out the reps, then maybe go back, drop the weight 10 pounds the next workout, build back up, sort of, 1 step back, 2 steps forward kind of approach. The only thing we're missing there was that with traditional training, you're exploding up from the bottom, but then once you get like 60 to 70% up, you can kind of decelerate. And once you get like 70, 80% up, you can decelerate. So jumping, you're exploding throughout the entire range of motion. So that's why plyometrics are really good. But one of my favorite exercises to do are hang power snatches. Amazing. Basically, you're doing a jump, but you're bringing the weight up here. So really cool exercise, kind of technical. I don't get super technical on it. I just make it a natural movement. So let me show you. So for this snatch exercise, I'll usually come here and throw it up right there, using as much on the hips and legs as possible. So on these, I would just do like a moderately heavy weight for about 3 sets of 3 reps. The beautiful thing with Olympic lifts is you have to explode. You can't go too heavy and not be able to explode, because the nature of the exercise means you have to use weight you can explode with. So that's the beauty. In squats, you can go so heavy that you're not building any more power. On Olympic lifts, no matter how heavy you go, you're either not going to be able to do it, or you're going to be building a lot of power, which is fun. But the amazing part about this is it's great for the traps. The traps really respond well to that kind of powerful shrug motion, but it's going to build incredible explosive power that's going to have to power through the entire range of motion. So normally you're doing a squat, you come up here, you don't need to use any more power. You just chill. But on this, you have to accelerate throughout the entire range of motion to snap the bar up. So we're going to do 3 sets of 3 with the same weight. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to do 135, and then probably next week, if this goes well, I'll go up to 140 for 3 sets of 3. Here we go. Boom. And what's cool with this exercise is if you don't want to increase the weight, you can just focus on catching the weight with your legs straighter. So if it's really heavy, you might catch it down here, but as you build more power, you might be able to catch it right here. That in and of itself means that you're progressing. You're building more power. All right, set number 2. I'm gonna try and catch it even higher. So I wanna catch my legs straighter. That means I'm using more power. The higher you catch it, the more powerful you are. All right. Easy. So the weight feels pretty light for me, but there's no need to rush it. Take your time. Next week, just build the weight up, and you'll get there. You don't have to start the first workout with as heavy as you can do. It's okay to give yourself a couple weeks to ramp up to a heavy weight. It's actually a really good strategy for long-term progress. Don't make that first workout session too hard. Save some room to give yourself the momentum to start making gains. All right, last set, 30 reps. Let's really explode nice and high for these. Snap the hips. Boom. Easy. That's it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for the workout. You're doing front squats and hang snatches, power hang snatches, and that's it. You know, if you want to finish off the workout with some calf training, totally awesome. If you want to do some ab training, sweet, do that. But pretty much, if you work on these two exercises, these two drills, you know, you're gonna see incredible improvements. So with the front squats, you're basically ramping up the weight, and then every week you want to go a bit heavier as long as you're exploding. And then with the hang snatches, you know, start with a moderately light weight, something you're really good at. And every week, you know, when you're ready, increase the weight. And if you get more powerful at the explosive front squats, and you get heavier on the power snatches from a hang, naturally your vertical jump will be so much higher. These two exercises done in the fashion I described will really correlate powerfully to the vertical jump. So the better you get this, you know, the higher you'll be able to jump, the faster you'll be able to run. If you want to make things a bit more effective, then once a week, so let's say you do this working on Wednesday, maybe Saturday, you know, go to the park, practice your vertical jumps, you know, at a where there's a basketball net, you know, practice about 10, 15, 20 jumps until you start to notice that your jumping power drops off, and then maybe run 3 or 4 sprints. And you can basically test your progress every week, but also just surely practicing jumping and practicing sprinting in and of itself will help. But then these two drills will friggin' accelerate and really improve your sprinting and jumping. So I've done this in the past. Whenever I do these two drills, my vertical jump goes crazy. I haven't done this a lot recently, so I'm excited to get back into this. I'd like to hit a crazy vert. I've hit a 31-inch standing, so I want to get up to like 35, 36, which would be sweet. A running 40-inch is my goal. I just think jumping looks so friggin' cool. So, you know, my performance-based goals are pretty much to be fast, be able to have crazy vertical, you know, multiple one-arm chin-ups, you know, overhead press, you know, 185 for reps, incline bench 275 for reps, you know, and that sort of thing, and then have crazy aesthetics. So, I mean, that's what I think those are like in line with my performance goals. But sometimes it's hard to like just practice doing vertical jumps because you might have good days, you might have bad days, but when you progress on these two exercises, you can consistently make progress, and that will consistently increase your vertical jump. So that's what I want to talk about today. So basically your workout is just front squats and some hang snatches. Amazing for building the vertical jump. Then if you want to do some more stuff, do some calf training, throw in some abs, and that's the full workout. You don't want to be doing a ton. A lot of people that teach people how to build vertical jumps, they're actually like don't know what they're talking about, and they get you to trash your legs, and so they're fatigued, but that's not actually creating that power, that power increase. A really productive workout, you're gonna actually leave the gym feeling more charged up, more powerful than fatigued, or than when you walked in. So most people like going to the gym, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work out, and then they come out like trashed. That might break you down, but that's not gonna build up your power. You wanna come to the gym, you know, and then get more and more pumped up. So now when I leave this gym, I'm like ready to smash the world in half. And what's cool with this style of training, you're not gonna get intensely sore legs. At least at first you might, but like eventually your legs will barely get sore, which is amazing because then you're gonna be functional all the time. People that talk about, yeah, if you wanna be functional, you gotta squat heavy. Well, usually they're sore 3 days out of the week. So they're not really functional because basically like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, their legs are useless. So this style of training will build the perfect amount of muscle, it will build incredible power, and you'll be really functional. You won't have like those dead legs 3 days a week. You'll leave the gym feeling more explosive, and you know, you're just gonna be building that amazing power, which is what I think is amazing. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and that's all. Ta-ta.